Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading and welcome back to our videos, right? And today it's actually a special day because we get to do a video finally. I've been asked to do these videos multiple times right now on Egld, which is basically Elrond. And don't make me wrong, I'll still call it Elrond because it's much easier than their new name, right? Obviously they rebranded and their whole chart was changed, and we couldn't talk much about it because all it was doing after the rebrand, it was just going down, 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 right? Claiming all this, breaking new lows, and just mostly going sideways. Not allowed to trade in, right? Not a lot of trading, and wasn't exactly particularly interesting to trade either, right? Even though it had a little bit of a pump, basically, you know, it just escaped you, didn't give you a proper pullback to fill you, and then even if they would fill you, you know, it just basically crashed down, right? So it didn't have a good reactions as well. So I didn't follow the coin for the past month or something, right? So, and even though it was called on stream a couple of times, you know, I checked it and I was like, ask me next week. There's still nothing bullish about it, right? But now it's finally the times could be changing for it, right? And not only that, the thing you would notice right now, I mean, volume has increased a little bit as well. So maybe a sense of a market maker on Binance is present, right? So we will go now on a higher time frames and actually check out what's going on, right? It's also worth to mention that right now, if you've watched yesterday's stream of ours, we talked a lot about Bitcoin and what Bitcoin did. It definitely isn't the most bullish point that Bitcoin came to a double top and then rejected so hardly, but so far there's nothing to fear about. Until we drop, or should I say, until we lose a major area, we don't have to panic. Bitcoin can still recover from this and we can still go higher, and I'm not being greedy here. It is just basic true. Once a big area is dropped, and I will make a video about it when that happens, we will then start shorting more aggressively. And even now, if we start going anything under 18k, we will already jump at shorts as well. So we won't be waiting too long. So you don't have to fear about that, guys. I will notify you as soon as it's absolutely possible, right? So now back to Elrond or AGLD. I mean, it's much easier to call it Elrond still, right? So yes, back at it again, we can see that we need to identify some of the areas, and you can see that the chart is not much old. It's only from September. That's because, you know, chart changed when they rebranded. So basically right now we don't know how the last chart of Elrond looked like, but we can see that this is most likely the most important area on the chart right now. That would be the most, it's a little bit of a chunkier area, like usual thing when it comes to crypto, because it swings so much. The areas, when it comes to really main points, the biggest points on the chart, they're usually a little bit chunkier, right? So it's also worth mentioning, right, that yes, Elrond could potentially had some levels in between here, right, but we can't see the old chart anymore, and I do think the old chart is going to be relevant because no one can see it, so we can't really know unless you're holding it for a really long time and you probably remember some of the levels. You won't be able to trade those. So I do think these old levels that we were on previous chart at this rate right now, they're probably invalidated and, you know, forgotten as well, right? So now when the price comes up, you'll see what I think why is this actually bullish, right? Because the second most important area on the smaller chart was actually this, right? And this was now perfectly gained, right? This was now perfectly gained, and yes, this was the first long opportunity, which in this case probably already got filled, and I don't think we're gonna get it anymore, right? We can still stack it. Maybe we get one buy. We definitely wouldn't be getting all three of those, right? So now if we put it in a put stop loss, something like this, 10%. But in this case, because I'm already betting that the price shouldn't go anything below this wick, I can put this area a little bit higher, and also then move my stop loss higher as well. And in this case, get about 6 to 5%, right? Of course, this is very risky trade because the prime position here was to be filled here and the stop loss should be here. So that would be kind of your validation point. So now when we are taking trade like this, that it's under validation point, and this is not a proper validation point because we can still wick under this and still close above it and still moon it, right? But because we are taking this trade like this and we are late to it, we absolutely have to take it on a bullish way or don't take it at all, right? That is my suggestion when it comes to these things. But I'm gonna say this thing: if Elrond is holding this smaller time main area, we have good chances of testing a high time frame one, and the one that it's been absolutely the hardest on it, right? And if you test at the bottom of the box, you can see that we are already looking at 26%. but I will take the profits even earlier, just because the wicks happen to end right here. So I will do it something like this. So the first profit take, I would say 15% or 2.4 R, still perfectly good profit take, right? And if you take the fatter stop loss, it is 1.1%. So I mean 1.1 R. So you know, it's a little bit, it's not as good, but it's still a profitable trade if you're taking it long-term speaking, right? And if you know, if you put it all the way to the second profit take, and this one is the area that is about it's a chunky area, right? So this one is then looking at 26% or 4R, or if you took it to all the way to the top, it is 40% or 6R indeed. So you can see this becomes a really nice thing. If you start to gain this area, this is where the beauty really comes in. If you start to gain this area, then yes, we are gonna be targeting all the way to up here, which then becomes a very beautiful profit take of 60, let's just say put it right down the middle, right? 68% or 11R. And not only that, we will have, as you can already see on my green line right here, we will have a good opportunity to refill some of that position and get another trade at it. And you know, that trade could then take us all the way up to there as well. And it's really happy when you see opportunities like this, even on these coins that that's been dead for some time, right? And now they're kind of being revitalized. And here I'm gonna have to go a little bit smaller time frame to find the stop loss. So excuse me. Yes, the stop loss is a little bit there. It's about here. Again, the stop loss would then be 5%, and you can see that the profit take of the last profit take 41%, or you know, down the middle again 45% or 8-9R is still pretty incredible profit takes, right? So it's really good to see these coins being revitalized again, and now we can finally start making some of the moves on them, because as I already stated, you know, these coins will probably double a lot faster than Ethereum is gonna double, right? So Ethereum going from 600 to 1200 is gonna take a lot more effort than, you know, a coin like this who has now much smaller market cap than Ethereum. It doesn't have to be a coin like this. It can be any other coin, right? With much smaller market cap will probably double much faster than Ethereum will, you know, from 6 to 1200. So that's the essential idea why we are gonna be attacking these coins a little bit more now. And for the coins to really be successful, I mean, at the end of the day, we need Bitcoin to go sideways. We need Bitcoin to slowly die or to slowly go up. You know, one of these things is just when you get rapid moves like you had today, a lot of the alts dropped, and some of them, you know, really overreacted. I mean, Cardano overreacted quite a lot. This coin didn't overreact at all. So it really depends on how many whales you have in the coin at a single time as well, right? I mean, that's also based on how they overreact or something. But yes, at the end of the day, coins like that, we will be attacking them more aggressively because we do think it's better opportunity. And obviously we will hedge with shorts on Bitcoin and perhaps Ethereum in the future to protect ourselves as well, right? So yes, guys, do show us some love, like the video, right? Join us on 4C free community channel. Spread these videos if you can, right? We definitely appreciate the views you guys provide for us. And I guess we will be seeing each other in the next one.